I think that there is a turning in the fan base, not against Briere. The psychos have already turned all the way against Briere. But there is a large faction of the fan base that just wants, it's that meme. It's that do something. It's the poke it with a stick. And it's if you get through another trade deadline and you don't make a deal. They did last year. Walker fundamentally hurt them. That trade did hurt them and did kind of send them on the skids. If you get to another trade deadline and Scott Lawton is still here, Rasmus Ristolainen is still here, Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost, who have had different levels of interest from other teams, if they're still here and you don't make a move, it's kind of hard to then sell the fan base that this is a different plan because the results will probably still have you somewhere in the general area where you are, where get hot, maybe you make the playoffs, get cold, you're in the lottery. And that's where I think a lot of frustration is fair from the fan base.
I see, but I don't.
Fair check.
I don't think it's fair.
So if they make no deals at the deadline, it's totally fine.
I told you that my belief is the biggest offseason or the biggest portion of Danny's tenure is the coming offseason. What happens at the deadline happens at the deadline. He might trade a player, he might not trade a player, whatever. But the offseason is where it becomes, okay, we've cleared out most of the bad contracts. They still have
a lot of dead money.
They still have a little bit of dead money, but not as much. We have 6 draft picks in the first 2 rounds. Like we can do there's a lot we can do this offseason. Yeah. If you come through the summer and we're at next September and it's kind of the same, we're getting the same rigmarole, then I'm with the fans at that point. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, this is too inactive at this point, going into year 3.